Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Simran Chaudhary, and I welcome you all on behalf of Voice of Healthcare to a fourth edition of Not Just a Dog, Honoring Hope and Healing, recognizing the caregivers to celebrate National Doctors' Day. And to celebrate this day, we have with us Dr. Sister Beena, MBBS, MS, OBGYN, Executive Director of Holy Family Hospital, Bandra, Mumbai. Ma'am, with this initiative, we aim to celebrate our doctors and to know them beyond their profession. So we are focusing on their liking, disliking, hobbies, interest, and what do they all do in their personal time. Because we know how much care and efforts doctors put in to treat their patients. But for on this day, we want to celebrate our doctors beyond their profession. Ma'am, I would like to know that what inspired you to pursue a career in medicine and how do you balance your professional life with your personal interests and hobbies?
Thank you for celebrating the Doctor's Day in a different way. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. For me, medicine was a passion right from my childhood days. My inspiration in life is Jesus, and I particularly followed the healing part in his mission. If you look at the essence of Jesus' teaching, it was mainly he preached about love of God and love of neighbor. And healthcare is a sector wherein we can really concretely express this love of God and love of neighbor to the needy humanity. So I have imbibed I got inspired by the teachings and the role model of Jesus Christ.
That's great, ma'am. And ma'am, I would like to know is there any particular book or movie or let's say music album that has a significant impact on you and how and why it has happened?
Maybe more than a movie, it was the life situation. I was brought up in a rural place in Karnataka, wherein the healthcare facilities were very less. They had to travel quite a bit when we were small. We had to travel quite a bit, about 50 kilometers, to get proper medical attention. So that was another reason for me to pursue medicine, so that especially to give medicine or healthcare, to provide healthcare to that population who lack accessibility. Later on in life, I realized that accessibility and affordability are two major blocks to provide or deliver healthcare. Even in here in Mumbai city, I know that there are pockets wherein although we have a modern technology and medicine is available, there are pockets of population who are not able to access or not able to afford this kind of medical care.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think that life situation, the situations which we see on ground by ourselves, that inspires us the most as compared if compared to a movie or something that leaves a lasting effect on us. Ma'am, can you share a hobby or interest that you're passionate about outside your medical practice and that helps you to unwind after a long hectic day?
See, I can say that my passion besides medicine is training women leaders, empowering women to take up leadership roles. So in my initial years, we had very hectic schedule in the medical practice. So we had to work for 24 hours, then come back, then prepare for the next day, and there wasn't much leisure time as such. But now that I have time, in the last few years, I upskilled myself by attending a lot of leadership training programs. Then now I spend my time reading, training people online. Especially there are people who are working in the periphery who lack facilities to upgrade themselves or update themselves. So I spend a lot of time. Sometimes I travel. I go to their health centers and I train them. I empower them. I train groups of people in my own circle, so that they can take leadership roles and bring up humanity, as well as develop organizations and centers. So it's my one of my passion, and I spend a lot of time on that besides practicing medicine. And when you spoke about unwinding the day, I do take regularly, almost every day I go for walks. So that energizes and refreshes me after a long day. Besides that, I talk to my friends, I share the little joys and achievements of the day, sometimes the challenges and problems of the day. So that gives me a kind of refreshing experience talking to my own friends. Besides that, I spend time in self reflection, meditation, and journaling. A doctor's life is very stressful life, and a gynecologist and executive director to get this combination is a very challenging aspect, I can say. So what I do is, I pray, I meditate, I reflect. I do a lot of self reflection. I also do some sort of journaling that gives me so much of mental peace. It takes care of my emotional health and mental well being.
That's great, ma'am. Ma'am, you said it right. Your role is quite challenging, and the things you do, that is journaling, talking to your friends, taking a walk, meditating, praying, and empowering women for the leadership role is such a combination of productive activities that not only helps you but it benefits other people who are connected with you, especially in that when you empower women, so you motivate them to take leadership roles. So that's great, ma'am. You're doing a great work. Ma'am, one last thing I would like to know, what advice would you give to your fellow doctors about pursuing passion outside their profession, and how can that help them?
I think it's very important to have a certain hobbies or a passion besides the medical practice. A doctor's life is very challenging life, very demanding life. There is a lot of stress involved. Sometimes even doctors go through burnout experience, compassion fatigue. I know that after the COVID, a few of the intensivists who worked with me had taken a break. Some of them even changed from intensive care to another department in the hospital itself, because they were seeing day in and day out how people struggled, how we lost quite a number of people in the hospital ICUs. So I think it's very important to unwind and find some hobbies that will actually uh, completely capture us besides the hospital and patients. Um, and it may be music for some people, watching a movie, or some hobbies like cooking, gardening, anything, but we need to uh, develop something right from the beginning, because to become a doctor, till we finish our medical studies, right from our school days, we put a lot of time in studying. So it becomes a habit that we keep on studying and studying and studying, and we have that kind of a intellectual development. And sometimes we neglect our emotional well-being, our mental well-being. And I think hobbies and passion actually help us to strike a balance in life. And what we require in life is that kind of a balance, because life is not just work or profession, or we need to relish the essence of life. So we need to have different experience to live that kind of a holistic life. So I feel that besides being a doctor, every doctor should have a hobby or a passion that in fact captures them outside their hospital work, and gives them meaning and energizes them to go forward.
You said it right, ma'am. Hobbies and passion helps you in balancing your professional personal life. So that's why everyone should have that the in their life. it regenerates them, it keeps them refreshed. So that's very well said, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you so much for connecting with us and joining us for National Doctors Day, and congratulations again on National Doctors, and thank you so much to the services you are giving to our society. You are putting efforts to treating the patients, making them healthy and happy again. Thank you for all your work done, and thanks a lot for joining in.
Thank you. And thank you for reaching out to me and also speaking about that aspect which we rarely speak about. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.